It's the 4 o'clock shadow. Where is it? There we go with the counter. Who knows? You never know when these things are going to start. I actually wanted to get these that went where they're Biden. What can I say? Welcome to the show, Shadowhawk.
Bro, that was a very disappointing noisemaker. What the hell?
I know they usually go wee,
Yeah, they're
but
supposed to
yeah,
be
they
like,
just.
like a little baby elephant or something, like.
I know Abby could have done better. You want to try?
You pick her up and squeeze her a little. I bet you get it better.
Anyway, one of the best openers ever for the 4 o'clock shadow, I'm sure. No need to wait 30 seconds. We're here. It's a Saturday, and I've done absolutely butkus. Nothing. Nada. Well, got up, let Abby out about 12:30, out of bed. Still tired,
Hey,
both of
Laycock's
us.
in the house, man. Brett's here early. Nice to see
Hey,
you,
I
buddy.
did send you the link, Brent, over on so if you want to join us, Baby Elephant, yeah. If you want to join us, I sent Hex Allen too, since we didn't do the Rex X and Apex show.
Oh, you guys
Finally,
didn't? I wasn't sure if you
no,
guys were doing that today or not.
once a month, first Saturday of every month, just once a
Well, dude,
month. That way,
I put it out there today and just opened it up. I put the link at the top of the stream and
mm-hmm,
pinned it. Anybody that wanted to come in could come in. And the only person who showed up was Elsie.
right.
And we read through Dirtworm Doug. I went ahead and did like a dramatic reading. It was kind of fun, man. That's a funny ass book. If you guys haven't got it, find
It's
it.
called what?
It's called Dirtworm Doug. It was part of
Oh yeah.
Cecil's first cash grab campaign.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, you were talking about that you did back cash grab, but not to the point that you did last time. I think that's probably a lot of people. And, I think that happens with a lot of campaigns. We were kind of ended off or
Well, it's not
talking about.
because I didn't. It's not because I didn't want to. It's just because financially, I don't want to spend that much on one
Right.
creator anymore. Like I
Well, I
mean, I
mean, there's
used to back people just to get them to stretch goals and stuff. I would back campaigns multiple
right,
times because I had the money to do it. Right now, I don't have the money to do that anymore, so
right.
I have to be a lot more selective in how I back and what I back. And
Yeah, and there's some people that you back because you want to support them 2, 3 times. You still do that. So, you
well,
might want to take
there's
a look at
people
that.
that I'm going to support as long as they keep making comics. As long as they're
Hopefully, I'm
still
one of
doing
them.
what. Yeah, you're on the list there, my friend.
I'm
Yep.
on the short list. Well, I hope you enjoy. I
I'll
think
tell
you
you what,
will.
the
I'm
list
I'm
is growing shorter as time goes on,
right.
which
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I
I
mean
get it. And
that
and
is
let's
what it is.
face it, there's been some creators without going into it really. There's been some creators, Jimmy Rose, and others that I'm sorry, I had to sneeze. Um,
Yeah, Rob
there have
Hunter.
been a disappointment within the community, and so, you might want to change your thinking on some of your
Yeah, try
backing.
to.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, dude,
You were talking
I'll tell
about
you what,
Shane
right?
Davis, though. Everything that he was coming out with was just a banger, and it looks good. It's just, I
Well,
guess,
I'm
Inglorious Rex, and will there ever
I'm
be another
throwing a.
Starlight's Cat? I think there probably will be, but it's probably long
Yeah,
in the making.
I think Shane and Yanti are gonna do another Starlight Cats.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the first one was, quite frankly, it was a fun book. It's more of a
Oh yeah.
like a kid's book,
Mhm.
but it was I gave it to my daughter. She read it. She loved it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But you
It,
know,
yeah. I mean,
but
it's
anyway,
it's
right
amazing he
before
came
we
out of the
started
gate.
the show, bro, I
Mhm.
dropped some receipts. I took a screenshot of my
Uh-huh.
Indiegogo backings.
Yeah.
I my My pages are 1 through 86.
Wow.
So if you do the math on that, there's five campaigns on each page. I've got 86 pages.
It's frustrating for me because Indiegogo, for some reason, is not getting
I
all
know
the
it,
way
dude.
back.
Yeah, I don't know why. I've never had a problem with that.
My
But yeah, I
first
did the
backing,
math
they
on it
say, was
today.
Tamarella, and that's not
So it's
true.
430 on Indiegogo. I got to do the math on my comic.
Brent says you can support me 3 times by checking out Fembat Volume 1. And he says he
Apex,
wishes
I think
you
I
could
backed
come on,
you at least twice already, my friend.
but I'm working and lurking. I will.
Ah,
You know, this is a weird year. This is a weird year. I thought we would be further along than what we would be this year. You know, and I
bro,
even
man, it
did.
seems like this year has just passed by so quickly.
I know it's going to be August, September, then October, and
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah,
out of
yeah.
work again.
Oh my God, my baby girl's gonna be going to her first year of high school.
Mm-hmm. Junior high, yeah.
High school. Her last year of junior high was last year.
Oh, okay. So she'll be a freshman.
Yep, she'll be a
I thought she
freshman
was
this
only
year.
14. What the hell? Is that it? Is that
15.
the age now? 15? Okay.
Just turned 15. Or, well, will be in
15,
September. So
16,
we'll be turning
17,
15.
18. I guess that's right. Yeah. Yeah. She'll
Yeah.
be 18 and
Yeah,
as a senior.
yeah, she'll be 15 in a couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
So
So I stopped. I hadn't done anything today except rest,
hey,
and
okay.
Abby too. I don't know. It didn't seem stressful to get those sutures out, those stitches out for her.
Yeah, she
And we
alright?
worked last night. I didn't get in till about 2:00 in the morning, and then
Oh,
I fixed us something to eat. I had some lettuce, and then I had some ham. Deli ham. So I kind of just had me a salad. Put a little salt in it, and finished up that lettuce that I had for tacos a couple times. And so it doesn't go bad. Eventually it starts turning brown, getting grody, and you don't want to eat it. So I would use that up, and then I made some chicken, and I've actually had a couple pieces left over to put that I get from Chicken City. They do more than chicken. They've got like there's Omer Glitch. Hey Omer.
Chicken City.
Chicken
Come
City.
on
Yeah, it's a
down to
place.
Chicken City.
And I stopped at Hayes Grocery
Where the hands are
last
fat
night
and the streets are gritty. Oh, sorry.
in Wynn. I did check the mail, no check for me, so I guess it'll come Monday in the mail. It'll be interesting to see what more we can contribute to paying creators and getting the book further down the line. Get it made, get it out there, get it fulfilled. What else we do? Of course, I watched a little Gunsmoke while we ate our meals or whatever.
Everybody take a shot. Gunsmoke.
Everybody take a shot, right? So I got up, I let her out, I checked the mail, I gave her medicine, and a bone.
Got to have your meds, Abby.
Yeah, twice a day, like 12 hours apart, and now I'm kind of getting on a schedule with that.
You just ball it up in a little piece of cheese.
Yeah, I give her a piece of cheese. Yeah,
either that or swap it in peanut butter. Either way, man.
Yeah, I was doing that. And I do have peanut butter, but I find cheese. I'll just buy American cheese.
Yeah, cheese is easy. Like American cheese, you can just like fold a little piece around it.
Yeah, and she doesn't even crunch onto it. It's just swallow it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they gulp it down so quick. It's amazing they can even taste it.
I get like the low fat or I don't know. I get some off brand.
Yeah, the low sodium.
She doesn't like that. She won't touch it.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, she likes for some reason, maybe it's the milk content. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe
I don't care for the low sodium either, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's me.
But
Yeah.
now, not all these are brand new, but look at that.
Wow, dude. Look at
Drink
you,
box,
man.
drink
Big old,
box
big
bonanza.
old tray of drink box craziness. Look out.
Well, I've got a few in here that have been in the collection. I'll show you them, and
Oh,
I'll
Apex.
tell you what.
Thank you, brother, man. I appreciate that, man. I can't make any commitments until I get my financial situation straightened out. So my project is on hold for
And and
probably
and to get
probably about a
your
year.
and to get
Uh,
your to get your final design, or do you have the final design of the character?
I
And
I have the final design. I've just got to put it all together. Uh, I think
welcome
I
to the
pretty much.
show, aka LZ, Walter Danley. To
What's that? Oh,
What's up?
hello. What's up,
Hey
buddy?
guys,
I would say
I'm
looking
doing all right.
very
So yeah, I
dapper
think I
and
finalized the design. But I you know I
oh,
just
you
got some
have
shit I gotta take care of before I
okay.
can seriously try to put this thing into
Well,
production.
you know, I told you I would
I
do
got a
you a
lot of the
cover.
pre I got a lot of the pre uh, the early stuff, the design, the concept, all that stuff. This gives me extra time to work on the story, make it better.
Yeah,
It's all fine.
look,
It's just
I
I'm gonna have to postpone it until next year. That's all.
Shadow.
So
If I had came out with Devil Flyer a year and 3.5 years ago or whatever, and I was promoting it, trying to because I had the completed Devil Flyer story, right? If I just done that, not expanded it and put in more of
right.
my characters and just made it about that, it would have been a nothing burger. And I was going on like Pop XP with Billy Tucci and Red Valkyrie and with Don
Oh, I know
Chin.
you were
Uh,
going on all over the place. You know, I
and
was
then I
out there. And,
pivoted and I changed my plans and I went to an ash can. And so we got that
mhm.
out. And now we're doing this. And it took me that much time to figure out exactly what I wanted to do. And now I'm refining it. And it gets easier, as you go along.
Oh,
I think
the only thing I'm worried about, dude, is that I want to make sure that everything I want to do, I can afford to do. I don't want to promise anybody more than I can deliver.
right. But now,
Uh,
like and
but I've
you
made a
might,
lot of friends, and I've got a lot of people that are artists who have already said they'd be willing to put pieces out for me and stuff. And I mean, let alone you and LZ2. I mean, you guys are both artists who've already said if I need
Mhm.
anything, I can ask you.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
want to ask until I'm ready to start
Well, that's a
making
big
sure things are in production. I'm not
That's a big
asking
part
anything
of it,
from anybody.
making friends with artists and,
Right. But you had, I mean,
letterers or whoever.
everybody so far that's done anything for me, like
Are you going
concept
to pay
wise,
Omer Glitch royalties?
if we sell enough books, hell yes, I will play on eventually. If we if this thing ends up being popular and I make like a bunch of money, I'll fucking
Uh,
throw Omer Glitch a big old fucking bonus, man. I mean,
okay.
Heck yeah.
Omer kind of
Anybody that
inspired
helps.
me to get the whole thing going, man, just because of him fucking with me. So I
Oh,
mean,
was he? Yeah,
all
he's got a
hats
good
off
way
to
to do
Omer,
that.
bro. I love you, man. I haven't seen as much of you lately as I'd like to, but love
We
you,
all
Omer.
love
I
Homer,
haven't forgot
man.
about
He's a
you,
good
brother.
guy.
So, like I said, I didn't come into the house till like 2 o'clock last night, and then I don't
Wow.
immediately go to bed. Uh, did West Side of Win? I thought that was with the
West
time
Side.
that it because I had done like day before last. I did the east side, and the west side is the larger side. It's like 50. There's no way in the time that they gave me, even going to midnight, that I was going to finish it. I think my top time is like, and that's hustling
Awesome,
five,
Apex. Love you
maybe
guys,
five and a
bro.
half hours, and that's hustling. That's like not double spraying anything. Like maybe going down a long street once and then zooming back because I've sprayed it once, instead of like slow spraying it again on the way out, because there's a couple of long, that might go a mile or two, take you a while to do, and some of that I don't double spray if that time when they told me to do it all, and I was trying to see how quickly I could do it. I don't think anybody could do it any quicker because I've been doing it for years and trying to refine it. And every time, and I mean, there was during the pandemic, I was doing both sides every night. I mean, not every night, but maybe sometimes twice a week because we were so short-handed and they needed it sprayed to fulfill the contract. I could have sit on my hands and made thousands and thousands of dollars through unemployment if I'd not worked. I mean, over what I earned that year in that season. Really, I was kind of stupid. I should have took that year off. But I worked. I got a good work ethic, or would like.
Bro, you know what the amazing fucking thing was during the pandemic from 2020 till 2023? I was working at the legal weed manufacturing plant. I was taking care of all the automated scales and everything, weighing out. I worked with fucking just massive amounts of fucking goddamn pot every fucking day. We had vaults full of it. We had gummies that were fucking dosed with all the candies in the world. We used to have to throw out batches that couldn't pass the inspection. And I'd go out to throw out the trash the next morning, and there'd be like fucking 8 stoned raccoons sitting there in a dumpster just munching on gummies, fat as hell. It was just like,
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Yeah.
they were
I wondered
stoned out of their
why.
minds. They were like the
I-
friendliest raccoons you ever saw. They're like, hey,
Yeah.
dude, what's up?
My question is, why didn't you load them in your trunk?
Huh?
Why didn't you load them in your trunk?
Oh, dude, hell no. Sure. That place, we had the feds in there once a month. We had the
yeah.
state guys
They're
could
watching.
stop by whenever they wanted to. There was like 1,012 cameras up in this bitch. You
ain't
could
lying,
you
man.
could
They treat it
not
like a
fucking
vault.
even think about fucking sticking a bud in your pocket or something without getting busted.
Nah.
We had a guy that came on the maintenance crew, and he lasted like fucking 3 days. And we were all fucking. It was 3 of us. We were in the fucking lab where they make like the vapes and stuff, and they were having a
Mhm.
problem with this machine because the alignment. Anyway, I don't know how to explain it to you simply, but anyway, so we're all working on this
That's
machine,
enough.
and we're telling this guy just watch what we're doing, and we'll explain it to you afterwards or whatever, the complex stuff. The very next day, as soon as I come into work, man, fucking the head of security grabs me up. He's like, "Hey, dude, can I talk to you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Let me show you something." And he shows me this camera view, and I'm over here, and me and my buddy Mark are both here with the tech watching him run the machine. And this guy is over there supposed to be training. He's standing up, and he fucking slips his hand behind his back, grabs a fucking cart full of fucking, weed juice, and slips it into his pocket. I mean, goddamn plain as day on the fucking
Idiot.
video. And then the security guy's like, "You can't say anything." And I'm like, fuck. And so now this guy comes into work, and I'm like, "Hey, dude, what's up, you stupid son of a bitch?"
Oh,
They drill it into your head before you start work there. It's like every minute that the only place that there are not cameras, and I don't even know if I believe that, is in the bathroom. Fucking,
I heard that.
It
and I'm not
sounds
sure I even believe them on that one. I think they might have some cameras in there too.
like African diamond miners or gold miners. They check their teeth and check their pockets and everything. Because
Dude, I'll tell you what, man, it's crazy.
They may even X-ray them because you could swallow a gold nugget, or diamond or something. I will check your poop for valuables.
Migo plant?
On the way down there, I stopped. I don't usually stop in Cherry Valley, but I wanted to check out the drink box section. I didn't take much down there.
I just happened to stop by Cherry Valley, eh? Sounds like some kind of code to me, Rex.
Okay, all right.
That's-
Well, be that way. Cherry Valley is the right outside of Wynn. It's a little ways about. It's only
Rumors spreading
gosh,
around
I think there's only about 800 and something people that live there.
about
It's
that
not very much.
Arkansas town.
So I stopped at Dollar General because Dollar General seems to be everywhere. I stopped at the Dollar General in Wynn. I stopped at the Family Dollar at Wynn, and that was all before I started spraying. And then after I started spraying, I stopped at Hayes, which I will be going back to Hayes Grocery
Oh,
because it was the drink box Shangri-La. They had LZ Shadowhawk. They had not enough space for their drink box for their drink stuff. They had I
their
guess
shelf overfloweth.
well, not really. They had it full, but out in the aisle right in front, double-sided, probably on rolling coasters, right, was nothing but Kool-Aid.
Oh wow!
Different. I mean, you know, pretty
Yeah.
tall.
There's a lot of Kool-Aids. Like
There's a lot of Kool-Aids, and there's a lot of poor families down there. So a lot of people use that grocery. It's been there for a long time, I'm sure. And
What's
they got
what's the other one? Is it Flavor-Aid? Flavor-Aid's got like a million.
But I did not see any Flavor Aid. See, I've got
Really?
I've got some of
that's
that
weird.
cucumber
So
limeade
you're
or whatever.
saying if we drink
Here.
Kool-Aid, we're poor. Is that what we're saying here?
With what now? Drink Kool-Aid with port? What the fuck? I don't know.
You said there's a lot of poor people live there.
Oh, port.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
well,
you know,
guess.
for
I mean,
Kool-Aid,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know
We drank a
what.
lot of Kool-Aid when I was a kid, but we weren't like
yeah, man.
poor. We were
We did
like
too,
middle
man.
class. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
wasn't
you know,
poor until I moved out on my own.
I was
Then I
happy.
was
Hey, I
fucking
was
poor.
happy however we were.
I was happy to get tap water, but I'm bummed.
Bro, okay, you know how many goddamn ramen noodles and hot dogs and shit I ate back in the fucking day.
Man, it sounds like me growing up, Chief. We didn't even have ramen noodles, man. We had them powdered milk. We had the
Well, see,
you know,
dude, that's the worst
You had
part for
the
me. Like, I
government
grew up
cheese
pampered
wheel.
until I was about
yeah,
14,
the cheese.
and then
We got the
once
free
my dad
government
died, it was
cheese.
like everything fucking, the bottom fell out. And look, and all of a sudden I was eating
Yeah.
SpaghettiOs and fucking goddamn beanie weenies and
Oh yeah.
Vienna
Well,
sausages out of the can, potted meat.
Grew up on them.
Oh, I
Kraft.
love
dude,
potted
I
meat.
ate all that
Everybody
stuff.
in the family like Vienna sausages. I'm like, I'm not
Yeah.
eating that trash, that gelatin.
Sardines,
little
bro.
wiener.
You like
I've
potted
had it.
meat,
I've eaten
right?
it. I don't like it, but now potted meat. And then once I got older, it's like, I ain't eating this trash. I mean, there's tongue and brain and who knows what else in this. Lung.
Dude, you know what? Every
But
now
it's
and
still
again,
tasty.
though, I'll go grab a can of them and eat them just like for nostalgia.
Well, you know what I
Yeah.
like is the you can't find it everywhere. You know, you got the deviled ham.
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
the with the little devil with the pitchfork on the label.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
they do a chicken, just chicken, deviled chicken. And
Really?
you can't hardly find that, but it is very good if you ever see
I don't think I've ever seen that one. I know they got the like hot and the regular.
Yeah, what's it called though? It's not deviled ham, it's devil
it's devil ham. Well, I forget what
what's
the
the
brand name is.
Nobody knows.
No,
God dog it.
we don't know.
That was like an old school thing, man. Apex should know. If anybody, Apex, I don't know. Somebody
you
do
think
Google
so?
search on that shit.
Yeah, right.
It's, what was the name of that company? Because it was like a really it was a distinctive name too, with that little devil with the pitchfork.
I guess the channel is falling apart because I rarely see Howder 6480 coming in again, and you use Underwood. Yes, Underwood.
Was it Underwood?
Yeah,
Okay.
Underwood. Mhm. No, not Hormel.
No. Hormel had they
I
had
don't
like
like to buy
the little
Hormel
Vienna
chili.
sausages and stuff. I
I
think
will buy occasionally Hormel chili, but very rarely. And I'll tell you why.
the chili
Because
with no beans is good for chili dogs. Sorry, go ahead.
um okay. I mean, I've had that. I prefer my chili with beans. I know you do not, but
On a chili dog though, the beans
on a
are kind of
chili
a
dog,
little.
yeah, I'll take the beans on a
Okay.
chili dog. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I don't.
I prefer chili con carne for a
You
chili
want all
dog
meat.
without the
Got it.
beans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nothing wrong with
me.
that. I do that too, but I find that I enjoy it more with the beans. So why not just get, but now I'll tell you why I
That's
don't
what you
buy.
like.
Yeah,
Everybody
right.
has their
What
own
you like, right?
preference.
I mean, if I'm at a party and go, "Oh, there's no beans," of course I'm gonna eat it.
Oh
It's
hell, if it's
good.
got beans in it, it's not like I'm gonna turn my nose up
Right.
at
Oh,
it.
I
I'll
know.
eat
It's just
chili with
what preferences. What you,
yeah,
yeah.
I'll eat chili
Uh,
with beans, but like if I'm doing them at home, I just do straight up meat chili on your chili dog, and then add
meat
onion.
chili. I want a meat chili dog. Um,
Oh my god,
no double
That's the way you
entendre
have it.
there.
chili dog confession tonight
Yeah,
on HBO.
right. Um,
Meat chili dog.
now I sometimes crave chili, kind of like I do corned beef and hash. But
Mm,
now corned beef
well,
and hash, I'm not paying $3 a can for it. No, no,
Well, I
I'm
won't.
not. Until prices come down on a few things, I eat by price a lot often. I
bro,
just refuse
you're
to pay
better
a
off
higher
buying a corned beef
inflated price.
brisket if you can find one,
That
and
seems
then
like a lot
just
of cooking to me.
slice that
Look,
up yourself.
okay, that's great for you because you're family,
Hmm.
single man here. I don't need a big brisket.
You got a freezer?
It's just
I
like
know.
it's
You
just
know how
like the
much money
bread.
that
It's
would
just
save
like
you,
the
bro?
bread
That would be
shadow.
like 6 months worth of corned beef every time
But
you
it's like the
just feel
bread.
like having a nice corned beef
You
breakfast.
got a
Yeah.
family. Rex don't got a family. He don't
I
have to
know.
twist his
I
bread with a
understand.
twister. See, I have to do it with a twister because I got so many people around. They're gonna hit the bread and unwrap it, and it'll be stale the next day. But if I didn't, I probably wouldn't.
So back to Kool-Aid. But I do like a good chili dog. Chili dog any time of the year. Absolutely. I mean, I've got some hot
Okay.
dogs in there right now. I do not have any chili. I could go get a
Okay.
can of chili
Sorry.
today.
Thank
My next
you.
paycheck though, I am gonna have to get an oil change. I've been my zero,
Almost got my glasses.
my
Gotta
truck
do
has
that.
a counter and it says it has 0 life left in my oil, and it's been that way for a few weeks
Calling
now.
out
So
channels. Calling out channels.
Time to go for it, man. Time to get your oil change for sure.
oh, definitely, yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to
Kate and
clean my
Orlando in the house. Hello, Kate. Um, so if you don't know, and you probably a lot of people probably don't know, I've gotten into drink box
gurgle, gurgle,
collecting,
gurgle.
and why Wiley's. I've been mixing up a lot of these TikTok inspired.
It's
It says
Weilers,
TikTok,
Rex. Jesus God.
huh? What? It's what?
Isn't it Weilers, not Wileys?
Okay, Weilers. You're right. You're technically collect. Nobody collect. You're technically
I'm
collect.
sorry, bro. You've
We
been
just
saying
want
that
you to
for a while,
pronounce
dog.
your
Like,
drink
Okay, I
right.
know. It doesn't really matter to me. I just wanted the damn box. Okay.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
so they have these bigger boxes, variety boxes, usually they're about this size. And I stopped at 4 places last night and I still did not find the Sunkissed elusive Sunkissed strawberry tangerine Why do I want that?
Oh
Because this
my.
box is crunched. This is the only one that I've found. You know, a better
It's a
crunch box than.
rare.
But I have not.
Rare.
Dun,
I'm
dun,
looking for the
dun.
strawberry tangerine, folks, right now to replace
And
that
the
box
hunt
with.
goes on.
And the hunt goes on. Now, okay, Weiler's, you are correct. And these are TikTok trending inspired flavors. And in this variety, they
Oh
have
no.
different big boxes of them. Kiwi lime, vanilla, lavender, and dragon fruit. Now, why they did this, I do not know. I picked this one up. It still has the product in it. See, same darn thing, except it replaces the lavender with watermelon.
Mm.
So immediately I said, well, and I haven't seen that
Well,
box
lavender
color.
is a horrible flavor for a drink. Why would you want to drink that?
Bad. Really?
The flowers,
Lavender
like
drink?
rose water, you don't want to drink that shit. It's
I don't know, man.
it's fucking terrible.
Rosewater. Okay. Wiley
Well, if
Coyote
it's,
drink mix.
I've
There you
never
go.
even heard of lavender
I mean, you
drink
can
though,
have like a
Rick.
rose infused tea or something where it's like mixed with something, but it's all in flowery flavors. If you try to like turn them into a drink or eat them, it's overwhelming for your shit, man. It's like it's not good.
Well, now I have never found the Sunkissed big box, but I found it last night. And it
What?
has orange, strawberry, grape, and peach in it. Uh,
Now, is
so
this the
I'm going
one
to drink
that's
this stuff
is
anyway.
this
This
the
has,
damaged box or is this a new one?
now this is a new one. Yeah.
Oh,
And it's the big one. I individually I found all these in Sunkissed and probably
oh,
even
this got
more.
like a variety pack. Okay,
It's
I
the
see now.
variety pack right now. It
Oh,
does not have this in there, you know, the mixture, but now I've only
gotcha.
seen one of these. So they've got, you know, this is kind of their popular ones, I guess, orange,
Good rest.
strawberry, grape, and peach. What?
You know what? That's crazy, but like you were on top of the drink mix craze, like as it was evolving. Like there's more and more of them coming out. It's fucking
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah. Now, Omer says the this obsession with drink boxes is bizarre. Well, I mean, I think it's going to be I think it's going to be collectible. Now,
I agree, Homer, but that's
okay, all right. Well, you know what?
but
I'm going to drink it anyway, so why not keep the boxes? You know, it's kind of an
I like
advertising.
watching Rex torture himself with these gay ass flavors, unicorn and fucking rainbow
Right.
bright
Yeah.
or whatever.
Now I I got some Crystal Light. Now I'm not. I
Oh
mean,
shit, he's
yeah,
got
I'm
some
trying.
Oh
crystal meth. Look
no.
out.
Now I didn't think I had
Oh,
lemonade. I knew I didn't have the big box of lemonade. I didn't even know it existed. But
honey, do you know they had
uh,
crystal meth and lemonade flavor?
so I got
Oh wait,
both
crystal
sizes
light.
last
I'm
night,
sorry. Yeah, yeah.
and Dole Tropicals, which is strawberry, pineapple, peach, mango, and orange pineapple, which is pretty good. So this is a big
Kate in
box.
Orlando says, "Fun fact: they all go with gin."
There you go. There you go. I
I love
found,
you, Kate.
you know, they had sort of like blue something bizarro, you know, Hawaiian punch, and they had the regular Hawaiian punch. Well, I found lemon berry squeeze and wild purple smash last night.
Well,
And so the old graphics of, you know,
The
the kid on
squeeze
there.
in purple.
And now I've seen these everywhere. This mango punch, actually, this is much like orange juice. It seems thicker in color and content. I don't know. This Tampico. Uh,
Mango punch.
so I've seen this everywhere, but now this is they have a citrus punch. So I'll have to try that. So little difference in graphics there and flavor. So that I look forward to trying that. And Pure Kick had one that I had not seen. Uh, and my stuff is sliding because it's sitting on top of that top. And I've got everything to one side. There we go. Pure Kick Aqua Wave. So Aqua Wave there, or Arctic Wave, not
That looks
Aqua
like
Wave, Arctic
medicine.
Wave.
That
I don't
looks
know,
like
even
medicine.
know if some of these are good, but you don't know till you try them. The only thing that I haven't liked really, and I can still drink it, but it doesn't taste good. My sister, I couldn't even give it away to my sister when she was here. She says the grandkids would drink it, but is that Sonic Ocean Water? Don't recommend that at all.
I can drink
Now
the perfume.
Where's my other Crush? Oh, okay. So Crush, the only thing that I've seen with Crush, you remember Crush soda?
Oh yeah.
The only flavors that I found, and I found them often in a lot of places, are watermelon and pineapple. Okay.
That stuff don't turn carbonated, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's the difference of the soda. And I swore off soda last year. Now, with that said, I had a soda last night. Every now and then, I'll buy like a Sierra Mist or something, and replace the bottles that I'm mixing this stuff in, so they don't get grody. But last night, I found Crush Grape and Cherry to add to my collection, and something that I've not seen before. Now, Hayes has Best Choice, like Walmart has Best Value or something. I got only one of these to show you. They have more in their line that Hayes comes out with, Best Choice. This is raspberry. So I got raspberry last night, and I'll be going back and getting some more of these. And these have 10 packets to them, a little bit larger, thicker box than the singles. And I got a couple single boxes. Blue Ocean Breeze. I've not seen these. This is Weiler's. I want to call them Wiley's. Weiler's Light. Ocean Island Punch. Zero Sugar. Blue Ocean Breeze and Purple Berry Wave. And I got both of those to add to the collection. So, and I've probably got about 100 boxes or so at this point. So, but call it bizarre or not, I think eventually these will be collectible, and I'll leave everybody else in the dust. In fact, I may even do a price cut. And at some point, I am going to try this pineapple coconut Pure Kick Pro that's out there. But you have to go to different places. You know, the hunt's part of the thing, and I'll get a lot of new ones at the Hayes Grocery. So next time I go down there, when it's convenient, I'll get what I didn't get this time. But so I know that there's other stuff out there, but it's interesting to see what some of these companies are making, at the time. And not everybody carries the same thing. A lot of people carry a lot of the more popular ones are those, but I'm really surprised I haven't found strawberry tangerine yet. Again, I was lucky to find that one, and I found that at an Aldi's. I mean, at a Dollar Tree. So there is a Family Dollar on the way down there. There is a sort of Walmart come out with those mini Walmarts that are kind of like more for produce and groceries. They call them like a Walmart market. Well, they've got a Dollar General market in Harrisburg that I have to drive through there to go down. And so I'll probably stop at that one. I've stopped and got some chips and stuff, but that was probably before I started the drink box collecting, What is that trash box collection worth now? It's worth what I paid for it, which is over $100, I'm sure, at this point. But I'm getting something for my money. I'm not only getting the box, which I can keep with the graphics on it, which you would say is trash, but I'm at least getting the drink mix, And believe me, I've saved money.
Trash is another man's treasure.
Exactly. Like one guy, he collected banana stamps, just the stamps that come on bananas. And actually, they're worth something. it's usually stuff that you don't think is going to be worth anything that's thrown away, like Pez collectors. I mean, Pez back in the day, it was meant to be bought and
A
thrown
breath
away. I
mint.
mean, or comics, so I guarantee you just about everybody's that gets these, they throw the box away. Well, these boxes are, I don't know, advertising, artwork, whatever. I mean, there are advertising collector, whether they're worth anything or not. I'm having fun collecting it, just like I had fun collecting rocks and arrowheads and fossils and yeah, stuff like that didn't cost me anything.
Coins.
Now this
Collect
does cost me
coins.
something, but usually you can get these for about $1, $1.25. Some of the larger boxes you can get for like $3. Some of the very largest boxes you can get for $5. I saw a couple that's going to cost me about $8 if I want them at Hayes to mix up. And now some of those have more hydrating minerals, different things in there that are good for you. Oh, the Propel. I saw a Propel box. So they have like, and I brought during when I had COVID, I drank Propel. They brought me some Propel because I was quarantined. They brought me some stuff to hydrate. Well, I didn't even know Propel came out with a granulated drink mix, but they are, but they're expensive. Like I said, like $7.95 a box or something. But we'll see. What is that trash box? No, Apex, the comic is printed on the drink box, and you have to cut the box open to flatten out to read it. And it's like 8 pages, and you have a collected 8 boxes to get the whole comic. There you go. Yeah. And often they would do that with like promo comics, like at Pizza Hut and things like that, where it was like one story arc in like 4 issues. Yeah, but they would release those issues like every week or every other week or whatever. That's called trash, and it's worthless. Well, you would think that cereal boxes are trash, but they're not. You would think gumball rings are trash, but they're not. I mean, what is trash today will often become a collectible tomorrow. Old Wheaties boxes with Hank Aaron on them, or Mickey Mantle, or not even celebrities, just cartoon. They're worth something. They're worth
I got one
and
around here, Tiger
cereal
Woods on it.
premiums, just stuff that were in cereal boxes as kids. They're worth something now as collectibles because people always have a nostalgia niche, and it is a little slice of history. Usually, I would say the Weiler Glitch drink box will have value. Yeah. Get out here, $100. You're crazy. Yeah, I probably spent that much, but now how much would I spend on soda? A lot more. Soda is more expensive than this stuff. And if I really wanted to go cheap, but I'm past the
Truth
Kool-Aid
is, Rex,
stage, okay?
you didn't pay $100 for those boxes. You paid $100 for your drink mix.
Right.
You got the boxes were an accessory.
Yeah. And some cost me more than others to buy, but I'm going to drink them all. So it's not like now what would be crazy is maybe buying this and not drinking it, and keeping the product in there. Now it'd be mint condition, hopefully, but often I will tell them, put that in a separate bag, would you? Because they just think, oh, it's drink bucket, throw it in there. I don't care if it gets crushed. And no, I want my boxes in good shape. So, yeah. Hey,
box them
Jinko,
yourself.
$10 for a 12-pack of sodas. Yeah, I mean, is Howder 6480 in here? There we go. I thought, well, the channel must be slipping because Howder is no longer in the chat hardly.
Oh, no.
Yeah. There was a time where he was the first one here, and he was here every day. I know, I'm busting on you, Howard. He usually shares out. I really appreciate it when you share it out because I always check my notifications on X and retweet that or re-X that, the show. It Otherwise I have to go into YouTube and share it to X,
Oh.
but it's more convenient if people like share it out on X, and I will just see that notification and retweet that to everybody, and then maybe we'll get some more views. Yesterday's show, totally, we got 45 views, kind of a down day. Went for a couple hours, I and Shadowhawk. But overall, watch hours, the average watch hours were pretty good on there. Let me look in YouTube Creator Studio here. And I'll tell you, 44 views at close with an average view time of 16 minutes and 27 seconds. So almost 16 and a half minutes. That's not bad. Watch time hours for on average of 44 people with a high of 9 people, I guess, from YouTube. And then I guess the rest come from X. And I don't really know where they come from, LZ, to tell you the truth.
They come from somewhere.
Now I'm kind of maintaining around 530, 531 right now on the subscribers. It fluctuates between 1 or 2. I think everything's in the green for the channel, so that's good. So my drink box collection has not killed views too much, I don't think. Do you remember beer can collectors back in the 70s, early 80s? They were valuable for a hot minute. Yeah, and some people probably thought that was crazy that they were collecting the beer can.
Buy Billy beer and wouldn't even open it.
Yeah, and I don't know that it's that valuable now, but really, tell me what's going to be valuable with 100% certainty, and I will invest in it heavily. But nobody really knows. Nobody really knows the future of if you do, you generally, if you got in on the Bitcoin, like before Bitcoin really went up, if you sold at the peak of Bitcoin and you had $2,000 worth, it would have garnered you $700 and something million just for a $2,000 investment. But how many people did that? And how many people sold it at the peak before it started going down again? A lot of it's timing. Comics are that way. I know the first appearance of Hobgoblin, after he came out, he was a hot character. And even in the 80s, his book went up to about $60. But it since went down.
The one with the tattoo?
Now it's back up because it's been like 40 years.
That's the one with the tattoo, isn't it?
Yeah, that particular issue, and I had 7 copies at one time because I was running my comic shop at the time. Yeah, and it had a tattoo advertisement in there, kind of like when you get subscription notices in magazines and things like that. That was a special thing that was in that issue, yes. So there are issues out there with the tattoo and sometimes with the detached tattoo. And I've got to, and if it's detached, it's going to really affect the value. It's going to be a lot lower. You would say, well, that's only an advertising. I don't care. It's going to affect the value greatly if it's not considered mint condition at that point.
Oh, no.
Not even close.
Been cut out or tore out or whatever.
Kind of like 3D glasses. Like I have probably a 9.8 early 50s, probably 1953 or earlier Mighty Mouse 3D issue, and it has the glasses with it, but they're detached. That affects the value greatly, but the book looks like it's 9.0.
Yeah, because some of those
near mint
weren't
condition.
even
I'm
attached.
back in the saddle again. Hello.
Fembat
What
2
happened to you, buddy?
cheeseburger Happy Meals available at McDonald's in 2029. I look forward to that.
Hell
Put my
yeah.
money on comics. Yeah, I
We
don't
want
trust
some toys.
Bitcoin. I don't either. But I mean, how many of us know that? I mean, even now, maybe there's some long-standing stuff that's affordable. I noticed Shadowhawk when we were looking, and I still have it up at the Hall of Heroes. it's a
Uh-huh.
maybe I shouldn't say this, but you can get a first appearance of a Salamandroid for cheap. You can at least get a copy of it in
Yeah.
various conditions, but fairly cheap right now on eBay.
Mhm.
Now that might change.
But you can also find some sucker that'll give you a bunch of money for it.
Well, I'm just saying, yeah, I think okay, that's probably a safe bet. So I'm wondering, if I'm going to buy a reader copy because mine's slapped. See, 8.0. But now I'm probably going to.
Oh, Mr. Fancy Pants is
Well, I
You
mean,
know how
they're
I
real.
feel about that. Go ahead, put your comic book in a coffin so nobody can ever read it again. It might as well just be a fucking goddamn pinup at that point.
Okay, I'm
You
going to
can't.
slab every damn comic I've got. No, I can't do that. That's going to cost me a fortune. Look, we can't even talk. I can't even mention a slab without you going off and saying how you feel
You
about it.
know I'm
Anyway,
just playing with you too. Come
okay.
on.
All right. So, yeah, when I was looking, I don't know how many I found because I mean, eBay is. Elsie will tell you this. We've worked on eBay long enough to know, and I know you have a lot, Shadow, too, that you can do
Mhm.
searches 1 week and find nothing. Find nothing. I've looked for that comic book that I haven't shown in a while. I need to find it and show it. Hey, Ryan,
Yeah.
Octagon Comics in the house.
Hey, Ryan James. Good to see you, buddy.
For that underground crime or whatever it was, that crime sort of comic that had Jack Kirby and Joe Simon on the cover.
You're
Oh
right.
yeah.
I looked for that. In fact, I set a search parameter on eBay, and when one popped up, which was only one of 3 that were slabbed and graded, only 3 have been graded, and it was the second highest grade when I bought it. I'd been looking for it and to this day I know what I gave for it: $307.50. I'd looked for that book for 2 years. Now, after I bought that book, right, another one popped up. Maybe they're waiting for that one to sell, and and it was in lower condition than mine, for sure.
Well, bro, it was probably somebody that had more than one copy, and they waited for the first copy to sell.
It could be. Like, there's a lot of people, and I've noticed this on a thing recently.
Speculators back in the day, bro.
If you think that, a lot of people think the Holy Grail is like the first appearance of Spider-Man. It is not. That is not rare. It is not scarce. There's a lot of them out there. In fact, the first appearance of Wolverine, there's a lot of them out there. The second appearance, third, however you want to count them, there's a lot of that stuff out there. And there's people that are sitting on a whole box full of them. I guarantee you. The Golden Age stuff, rare, very rare. Like I said, there was only 3 of this one graded, and I'd waited 2 years on eBay just for one to pop
Rex,
up.
I'm sitting on a bunch of Silver Age stuff, so
that's
I don't have
okay.
extensive Golden Age collection, but I got a pretty good Silver Age.
Silver Age, okay, yeah.
Well, that's cool.
And I know Elsie's invested in a lot.
Bronze after that,
Bronze Age. Yeah.
Bronze Age, yeah, and a lot of bronze. And then, of course, all the Image stuff for the first 3 years. Like all of it. And then then I started thinning out my my monthly box.
Yeah. I said, well, I want to buy groceries this month. I think I'll wait.
Yeah, and
I knew about Bitcoin too, Howder, but I didn't invest in any.
But yeah, I had like, I don't know, 40 books at one time on my monthly pull list. You do the math on that, it was like...
Now that was Images, right?
A lot.
Yeah, okay, so that's a good point.
It was during the Image boom, and then I still had some DC and Marvel books that
Right.
I had pulled out.
How
So
much were you paying for that? 40 titles, you think?
it had to be somewhere in the neighborhood of $400 to $500 a month, bro.
So now my drink box collection doesn't really seem that much, huh?
Now, how many times you gonna read those drink boxes?
Um, I don't know. This one says it's irresistible, so I may just be transfixed.
Wow. All right.
I don't know. Yeah. At some point, I'm wondering how to
Rex is
display
just gonna
them.
be
Though.
at some
I'm wanting
point
to
sitting
display
in
them.
a rocker, just staring at drink boxes on a shelf and drooling on himself.
Okay. Well, I hope all of us live long enough for me to make a million
Dude,
out
I'm
of them.
just fucking with you, Rick. All right.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying for all those drink box haters out there, stick it.
you're way ahead of the curve, bro. I'm telling you,
I'm way
if this
ahead of
thing
the curve.
ever catches on, dude, you've got like the ultimate collection.
That's right. And I've got more to buy, and I will be buying more soon. And
And
it's
you
not
have
costing me a
subjected
fortune.
yourself to tasting all these things, which bravo, sir, bravo. Because
And
some of
yeah, I
those
mean,
things I wouldn't even tried.
well, I mean, like I said, the only thing that now there are some that are light on the palate. They're almost like Kool-Aid. Some of those like lavender and unicorn, and I like cotton candy.
Lavender. I can't
Lavender.
imagine.
A
Yeah,
lavender
lavender. Yeah.
drink? A
Yeah,
lavender
lavender,
drink?
That's
and you got
a
mermaid. Now
horrible flavor
that
for a drink.
was kind of like watermelon. Dragon food.
I can
Dragon
understand
fruit.
mermaid, but
dragon
lavender
fruit,
I
is
like
like a
dragon
vanilla.
fruit, man.
lotion.
That's good stuff.
But isn't that wild that they did a separate box and all they did was replace the lavender with watermelon, but they did a separate box color and everything for it.
Okay.
And all they did was switch out
Probably because
one.
lavender was a massive failure. You don't want to do flower flavored
Yeah, I
drinks.
mean, if I see
They
those
all
in
suck.
individual boxes, I'll buy them because I don't think they're probably ever going to be. You can probably only get them in the variety pack, but
Yeah.
I would buy them just once. I'd know what I'm getting. It's not horrid
It's like
like
back
that.
in the day, you always buy the female action figures because they make very few of those compared
Exactly, because it's a male-oriented thing, and
Dude,
the April
I've got
O'Neil.
tons of female action figures from back in the day. Toy Biz back in the 90s and shit. I'm just waiting for the value to go up on them before I throw them up on eBay.
Yeah, Toy Biz, I don't know about those. I do have a few of those. I've got like a Spider Woman, the black and white costume. I've got Rogue. I know I've got
Dude,
a
I've got
Rogue,
the
Storm.
the X-Men, the Spider-Man collection, the Ghost Rider collection.
And usually those are the last to sell, Shadowhawk, but now out of all the early Hasbro, the very first wave that came out of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the one that really went up in value was April. And I had an April. I had them all at one point.
Why? Because she's the female character, and she was made like
less.
She was 1 in 500 compared to the rest
Probably,
of the turtles.
yeah. And everybody wanted to complete their collection. I in my Star Trek going back, the Mego dolls, I have an Uhura. You got to have the whole.
I wish I still had my original Star Wars figures from the old 77, like 78 to 80 collection.
The reason I have my Star Trek is I kind of valued them. I had the Enterprise
and Princess Leia. And if you had Princess Leia plus the Jawa with the cloth capes, fucking I had all that.
And see, I had one of those. That's when they first came out. Kind of like in Secret Wars when Wolverine came out, I had got him immediately. I wasn't just a big Wolverine fan, but that's neat. And he had black claws. Now, quickly, they changed from black claws to the silver claws.
Oh, dude, I've got
I had a black clawed Wolverine.
I think I got like 3 different versions of Toy Biz Wolverines from back in the day. There was one of them that was You
Toy
remember?
Biz, I didn't buy that much of.
Did you have KB Toy and Hobby down by you?
We did. We had a KB.
Yeah.
In fact, I think that's where I bought my Galactus
Yeah, bro.
figure
I got a whole
or
case of
Marvel
the
Legends
ones
figures.
that were the KB Toy limited Wolverine Weapon X from back in the Barry Windsor Smith series in the 90s.
Uh,
It was probably 1993 or something
Now
like
your
that when
stuff's
they
been
came
in
out.
storage, but now I know you got some up on eBay for sale, different figures, and you've probably done
Oh,
really well with
yeah.
figures because you invested a lot in figures at one time.
Oh, bro, I was on board with figures like with McFarlane Toys and Toy Biz and all that shit back in the day. I love those. I love that shit, dude.
Elsie, did
And
you find the first Spawn toy? Did you find that? We were talking about it. I gave Elsie one of these when I bought out that after my
oh,
fire.
the
Go take a drink.
the
It's up there in the closet, man.
just
Okay,
the
that's fine.
molded one where it doesn't have any articulation.
PVC,
It's
yeah,
just
it's
yeah,
Spawn in
yeah,
the Violator. Yep,
yeah, dude.
yeah, with
Yeah,
the
I got on board a little late. I never got one of those, but that's cool as
okay.
shit.
I'll see if I can find an extra one for you. I had 14 of them at one time.
Really? Holy shit! All right, well,
Yeah,
let me know,
well,
Raj.
I bought out a
I'll pay
comic
you
book
for
shop,
'em.
and he said, "You want to add another $120 or whatever, or however much, to your, and." He said, "This is the first Spawn," and I knew even then Spawn was going to be big. So I said, "Yeah, I'll buy those," and I bought those with the comics when I bought that comic shop after my fire. So
Yeah.
yeah. But now
Well,
I've
dude,
sold some on eBay through the years. I've gotten rid. I know I at least have one example. I gave one to Elsie, but I may have more than one. So if I find one, you know, we'll work
I
something out.
think they're
yeah,
like
I'll
there
give
was
it
a
to you.
point in the late '90s where I was buying Spawn figures wholesale out of Diamond because I had a nice relationship with my comic book guy.
Now,
So
yeah.
and so we
Well,
would
one.
like we'd go in on buying cases of Spawn figures, and then when you got the ones that were super limited, like
Oh yeah.
Sam and Twitch back in the
Sort of
day when that first
the
came out.
chase ones. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we would like split them up between us. You know, I don't know. That
Oh, that's
worked out
cool.
for a little
Gunslinger.
while, and then the dude I was working with got greedy.
But that's
That's
fairly new,
cool.
right?
Yeah, that's a
Oh
newer
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Is that gun? Yeah,
Gunslinger.
Gunslinger Spawn. I've seen some really cool covers for Gunslinger Spawn, but
Yeah, I
I
got a
don't know
bunch of them.
anything about the story or
Well,
what's
he
going
brought
on.
back Gunslinger and he first made his first appearance. I don't have his first appearance, but when he first brought him back, that issue kind of got a little hot. So, I only collect one comic. Now I'm collecting two, and I'm thinking about dropping Spawn, the regular, but I may not because they went up in price due to tariffs or whatever, they say. So now it's a
You
$5
collect a
book.
Well,
new
Now, and
Spawn
comic?
is
You collect a
also
new
one of the
title?
longest ongoing series that
Spawn, the new comics. Yeah.
mhm.
I've been collecting that. That's been the only thing that I've
I didn't
collected.
know you'd keep it. I hadn't, man. I hadn't bought
The main
a
title, not
new comic.
The main title. Yeah. I
yeah.
think Gunslinger's got his own, but now when he
Yeah,
first came, when he
you
came
just call him
back, he
Spawn.
was in the main title. He was in the main title for more than one issue.
Well, yeah, a bunch of them have like guested in the main title, like
Right.
Medieval Spawn has made an appearance, and
Well, made his first
Angela,
appearance.
all
Made his
the
first
Crooked.
appearance. Hi, Crooked.
yes, but uh,
Hi, Tree.
but that doesn't count as uh, uh, like Spawn, the original series of Spawn. The rest of them are all spin-offs and takeoffs.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right. But now they
And
made
that's
their first
been go.
appearance
Hell, they had
generally.
back before I quit collecting. There was like at least 3 Spawn titles. There was Curse of Spawn, I think Medieval Spawn, and then regular Spawn were all going on back in '99, right before I quit collecting.
Well, I don't know what this price hike. I thought I would at least wait. I've already got the first issue that went up in price. I probably got a couple more in there. Another one that I'm collecting, and I started with issue 3. I missed the first couple issues of it, are Herculoids. I believe Dynamite's coming out with that. And they've also got Ghost.
Bro, I heard Dynamite's fucking bankrupt.
Oh, do you? Because wow,
There was a. I think Shane Davis actually did a thing about it. Fucking, they got completely screwed over by Diamond, and
wow.
I mean, Dynamite is probably fucking gonna go bankrupt.
But now you can go bankrupt and stay in business. There's different kinds of bankruptcy.
Well, that's what Diamond is trying to do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's only so much you can do, and then you're just fucking people down the line. So eventually, Diamond goes out of business, then Dynamite goes out of business, and who's going to be the ones that end up biting it in the ass? It's going to be the comic shop owners. They're the outlets for comic books. They're the ones who are going to get.
Well, I mean, see, they've already lost Marvel and DC. I mean, there's not a lot of recovery after that, I would think, for Dynamite.
Well, dude, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's
how do you recover?
I don't know. I don't know
No,
where
Dynamite is different than
comics are going from this point
Alterna is
on.
what you're thinking.
It's pretty bleak.
Yeah, and see, I'm surprised that IDW hasn't went out, because they were millions. They were over $60 million in debt, and this has been years ago. This has probably been about 6-7 years ago. So they've been limping along. But now, see, they still. Okay, all right. So now we'll go over here and look at this and stop the conversation.
I was just peeling the sticker off about IDW. I didn't even.
There you go. IDW Godzilla. See, I can't even make out what that is. It looks like Space Godzilla because I see the horn, but not a good coloring job on that.
Not one, because there's two. There's like something attacking Godzilla, and that's, I don't know what that thing growing out his back is.
Well, I'm sure you're with me, LZ, on this. That you should be able to look across the room and kind of see what's going on a cover. It'd be pretty clear. I think
it
sometimes
should draw you in.
Yes. It should have something to do with the story, or should be a damn good pinup, kind of like Devil Flyer, because that's more than a pinup, really. I mean, it's a burst through cover that John Diller did, but it's, shows you the different characters of the Momentum universe. So it really serves as a good device, to show you a lot of the backup story characters, and a lot of it's not just about Devil Flyer. So it serves a big purpose. I've heard these Skybound books are good. Battle Beast, Transformers, G.I. Joe, they look fun. That's kind of a offshoot division of Image Comics. Skybound is Kurt, what's his name? I'd have to get Shadowhawk in here probably. He's muted.
Kurt Busiek?
No, it's the guy that did the zombie Walking Dead books and stuff.
Don't know.
Okay. So we're probably not going to get Shadowhawk back right now. So Kirkman, yeah. So Kirkman, yeah. Skybound. I've got a few Skybound stuff, and then also trade paperbacks and stuff like that. I've got like 3 long boxes of trade paperbacks in there. I've really been putting off showing those, and I think I have shown some. But I have like all Independence. I have like all Marvel. I have all like DC box, a long box, and those are heavy to move around.
Big time.
You don't want to move them around. You want to take out of the box and get a load, and then go back for another until you get the whole box moved. So it's really trade paperbacks get hard to show, you know, unless you're just showing one or two at a time. And some of those trade paperbacks, like the George Perez Infinity Gauntlet, or and Ron Lim took over for him on that. But the Infinity Crisis, it's a big, thick book. You know, about $30 trade paperback. It's not cheap. So some of those trade paperbacks can get monstrous inside. Kirkman is writing another book for David Finch. Looks interesting. What's the title of it? Do you know? Or kind of the genre of it? Ryan, whenever you're ready to come back on and talk about Octagon, by the way, you know, we'd love to have you. Love to talk to you. So yeah, you know, back here I haven't replaced these. I meant to replace these. These are older books that I have in my collection, and paid about 70 something for that All-Star Western. There's Mystery in Space. That is a gray tone cover, so that's probably an early Adler with Adam Strange, and that's the first appearance of Death on a cover in Action Comics, and that's getting up there in value. I think that one, and maybe her first appearances or cameo appearance, or first full appearance in Captain Atom, I've invested in some of those because I think that those sort of the goth girl Death, you know, for DC will go up in price. Sandman there, you want to get the purple version of that if you can. That's expensive, probably $1,500. G.I. Joe, not G.I. Joe, G.I. Combat, gray tone cover. Starts making war stories with the dinosaurs. Bomba, great cover of Bomba, and World's Finest with Superman Flash running. Those are always classics. I'll have those replaced tomorrow. We'll have a new batch to show you. LZ, I don't know if you saw this, but back there is Date with Debbie. That was you have one. Just hit my cord with the calendar, so it muted. You have one matted, I think, one Adler. I've got two. That Date with Debbie back there that actually Jack Adler matted, and this one here, All-Star Western, Jonah Hex and Scalp Hunter and stuff. But this is an early Barry Windsor Smith cover with Powwow Smith by Barry Windsor Smith.
Yeah, not too many of those hanging.
Number one. Yeah, it was the number one issue, and not very many did he mat by himself. So
mine's a hand painted Aquaman giant page.
Okay. All right. Very cool. And we hope to do a book on Adler. Of course, there's a little bit more involved in that. Contacting the estate, things like that. We may have to do that with the Buscema book. We're hoping to do that. We're hoping to do. A while. We're hoping. Did someone say Western? Yes, Western. And I'm hoping to do Midnight Pulp / Western with the comic book section in the pulp. Well, about 150 pages, something like that. My next book to come out after Devil Flyer feels here, and hopefully next week I'll have the very first thing printed, which is everybody's charter member card. Phil, you're a charter member. But after this, I and LZ and Glenn Fleming are hoping to do. Glenn Fleming will probably be designing it. I and LZ out of our collection will be doing the unseen art of John Buscema. But before that, we got to get Devil Flyer out. So the charter member cards, and Phil, you are a charter member because I comped you a copy of the Ash Can. Anybody getting the Ash Can? It is off Indiegogo now for about 3-4 weeks now. Didn't get a support for it for 6 months. So so anybody with the charter member card, why do you want the charter member card? Because you will be getting free stuff in the mail from now on. periodically for me. I think that makes it fun. You know, we might do a 3D decoder ring that's 3D printed. I don't know. I would like to do fun stuff like that. Badges, patches, things like that, stickers, magnets sent to you, no cost to you. I will contact you before I send out everything. That was the first appearance of Dolphin in Showcase, wasn't it? That one's
Yeah.
coming up. Should be launching my new Western series at the end of the summer. What is it about, Phil? We got to get you on, and I'd like to get you and your brother on. I actually have this comic, first appearance of Dolphin in Showcase. Yeah, that one's actually went up in price. Although you can probably get it for, you know, of course, that's going back there. Showcase, mid 60s, 12 center. But what is it with Westerns? You know, I've got Midnight that I created a couple years ago, and my first Western character, and it seems Westerns are becoming popular. Western horror is tight, Wendigos and such. Yeah, I might have to put in a Wendigo or something. You know, I've been looking into some mythology and different things for different stories. And the pulp is probably where I'm going to introduce like the drawn in tier people. Because if you get, I'm reading Bronze Star today. Cool. Is that 2 or 1? Westerns are awesome. Yeah, they are. But I don't know, you know, and they've hung around. I mean, Jonah Hex had a long Scalp Hunter after him, you know. You know, I've collected Westerns, you know, a lot of them had back in the day, very popular in the 50s, 60s, had photo covers.
I grew up reading them, man.
Well, see, you were a little different. You read war books. Not everybody war books. You read Westerns. Not everybody read Westerns. So maybe it was just the time and what was on TV at the time. I am going through all 20 seasons of Gunsmoke. I'm on season 15 right now. Been binge watching for a while now. Takes you a while to go through 20 seasons because a season of Gunsmoke has a lot more episodes than like a 13 season something today. Generally about 26 episodes, I think. Sweet, I have to sign up right now on my site for the Western. Cool. Well, drop it. Drop the link. I haven't signed up for that one yet. I don't think. But now I say that, and, you know, I probably have. Yeah, I mean, there's Bronze Star. I know Jimmy Palmiotti had one. I've seen some others, Tom Tuttle being one, you know, with the vampire. Yeah, Westerns are awesome. I mean, you can make them awesome. You know, Hex Allen shared with me recently this on X, Elsie. Let me find where I sent him the link so I can read exactly what it says. Gunsmoke, throughout the entire first half of 2025, reruns of Gunsmoke earned more streaming minutes than any of the super expensive woke crap pumped out by Disney grooming syndicate on Disney.
Doesn't
that not wild?
surprise me.
It doesn't surprise me. They're generally pretty tight stories, you know, written a lot of them by Gene Roddenberry early on. Sam Peckinpah, the director.
It's good stuff.
So there's Gunsmoke again. Take another drink. You know, there we go. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Thank you, Howler. Yeah, I'm kind of getting excited about Westerns, you know, like I never was before. Now the reason I'm excited about Westerns is I'm, you know, creating. Get my cord again. I'm creating my own Western characters, you know, so kind of exciting, you know. I may be late to the game. There may be a lot of Westerns out, and maybe the trend's gone, but I'm excited about Midnight. She's, I don't have that many female characters, and she's one that I'm really excited about. A lot like Batman, you know, and I really didn't intend that. Her parents are killed, and it's kind of a revenge type thing. People like that. 7 amens before sundown on Indiegogo. Yeah. And I think it's over on Fund My Comic too, Apex. We've not had Tom Total on the 4 o'clock shadow, but we've interviewed him on Apex's channel and on the Rex X and Apex channel. I'm going to try and get Mike Gustovich again to come in if he can, if time allows, when I host the Rex X and Apex show August 2nd. Mark it down on your calendars. I believe it's August 2nd, the first Saturday of August. We're doing the Rex X and Apex show once a month now, and rotating between Apex Comics and Hex Allen's channel and mine. So maybe we'll get Mike on, because I know Hex and Apex probably has a lot of questions that I missed the first time in interviewing Mike Gustovich earlier this week. Great guy, by the way. I'm going to try and get Valmeric on, and there's a few others that I'm going to try and get on. People that we haven't had on here before. Welcome to the show, Omer the Glitchiest.
What's going on, everybody?
How's it going, sir?
Good.
Now, I wanted to ask you a question, Omer. Your Hump Day show has been taken off from the very beginning. I don't think you've got one episode that's had bad ratings on your draw streams. And I know you do a Monday draw stream. You do a lot of drawing type stuff on your channel. But now, how were the ratings this week for the Hump Day show?
Well, it's kind of like, what's up, Zay Comics? It's kind of like we've gone back to the beginning. We're still like in the 100 mark, so that's good. But there's so many people streaming now. That's what's killing, I think, everybody. Everybody's come back to streaming that left for a while, and they're bringing their shows back, and everybody's moving their shows to Wednesday nights. And the only thing saving us, I think, is that the show starts at 9 p.m. Central, which is 10 Eastern, and everybody's kind of done by the 10 o'clock mark. So there's a few stragglers that go till about 11.
Well, I would be there drawing with you if I was not working. You know that, but I like that you have it later in the evening. Yeah, because you're right. I think it kind of slacks off after that.
And the last 2 or 3 weeks, Rex, everybody's been really tired because like Marcus works, so he's not staying as late as he used to, and Dale has started working too, or has to get up early now for work, and Peter's been out a while.
Ago, you had some people that stay up late. I know this by experience. Ink Spots and the colorist, and he's a great artist just by himself. Frog G. Go sign up for Frog G, the second one. And you had Jason Bascom on. So I was like, wow, that's great. Yeah. And I know you. And
then Matt jumped on.
We've been on there with Shelby Robertson before.
Yeah, Shelby's only been on once, and that was really early on. And he hasn't come back since, but he's always welcome, of course.
He was probably the first big name we had on, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, besides
he was like on the third show.
Besides us.
Besides Rex. Rex is the biggest name on there next to.
Well, you say that. Wait a minute. You say that, but and I know Marcus. He like he really does kind of like when I come in, he's like, I don't know why, but Marcus is like, oh, Rex is there now. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm nothing special. What the hell?
Well, no, he really likes talking to you. Marcus is a good conversationalist.
He is. He's a
you and him are great together.
He's a Yankee, and he'll never shut up.
Yeah, that's true too.
Is that what you are, Yankee Rex?
No, I'm a Southerner. I'm a Southerner that will never shut up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm a Southerner.
I'm trying to learn. To
Hey, I give you and Marcus a wide breadth of room to chatter along with Peter. I want to hear what you all have to say, and I do interrupt sometimes for for the pimpage, right? For the
Well,
the
you know,
promo stuff.
if
So
I
I'm trying
know,
to cut back on that.
I've learned one thing: I will not talk about your my drink box collection on your show. If I, when and
Thank
if I come
you.
back,
Oh,
I will kick
That's
you.
fun. That's funny. You should talk about it. You and
I
Marcus
should
will have
talk about
something
it.
more to
Yeah,
talk about it. Yeah.
so everybody can laugh at me, like Dale. He'll be
Yeah.
laughing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all I can say is, I've sworn off soda. Now, every now and then, I'll get a soda just out of convenience.
I'm
You
just giving
know,
you a hard
and
time. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around the drink box thing.
well, I mean,
same here.
I know you like it, but
years
so I
ago,
guess
it would have been hard for you to wrap your mind around banana stamp collecting or
even still, it's hard for
or
me to wrap
Pez
my
collecting.
mind around the bananas collecting. The Pez I can understand
Yeah.
because it's like a toy collectible kind of thing, but the banana stamp one, that's an odd one. That's interesting, but it's hard to wrap my mind around that too because it's so mundane
Well,
and bizarre, you know.
but you know
And
what? It's again, it falls under that advertising type stuff, and it is. I mean, like if you could collect, there are collectors that collect nothing but Coca-Cola because it goes so far back. There's people that
yeah.
collect nothing but Cracker Jack, because it goes back to the 1870s. So, I've always been a collector. I would see a rock. We lived on a rock road, and I would be waiting there or playing. I mean, there wasn't a
I
lot of
still pick up
traffic.
rocks.
I would pick up rocks, fossils, look for arrowheads where my father farmed. I always
Yeah,
went
I
with my
get the
cousin. My
fascination with
cousin,
rocks because you get
yeah,
like oh my god, I'm a geologist. Oh, I'm Indiana Jones. I'm gonna get fossils and oh look, this is a piece of fake gold and
Shadow Hawk says I got to get Rex into a drink mix rehab.
Now the banana thing, I can see the collecting because it's very similar to stamp collecting and it doesn't
Yeah,
take up a lot of room. Like it
you're right.
doesn't take up a lot of physical space. Like comic books take up a lot of space, toys take up a lot of space. This bullshit packaging thing you're doing takes up a shitload of space too, and it's just paper, right? Like it's so bizarre
Yeah.
the things we collect sometimes.
Well, I mean, like with the collectors that collect like the cereal boxes, they collapse
Oh
the
yeah.
boxes. They
Oh
collapse
yeah,
the
they
box.
platinum. Yeah, so
But
that helps.
but I
Yeah.
mean,
But
they
still,
really that remember the Pez Outlaws documentary, and we're gonna have to get
oh, that one
LZ.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
There was that one
yeah.
guy
I
who had
mean,
that whole room full of cereal boxes, and they were not collapsed. They were all pristine. And then he had a whole area where he had just collapsed ones. But he had a whole shelf full of
yeah.
uncollapsed cereal boxes, and they were
And
all
you could go through
pristine.
the cereal boxes like comics, like
Right,
that.
like
If they were
comics. Yeah,
collapsed. Yeah.
The ones
Yeah.
collapsed, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's just cardboard, but you wouldn't think,
Mhm.
but it's what's printed on it, and when it was
Oh,
printed,
and
that
they were
makes it.
so pristine. The ones that he had collapsed, they were
Yeah.
super pristine.
And he's
Like,
the reason
wow.
why we learned in the documentary, he said one per family, because he was ordering a whole mailbox full of those premiums that you could get from cereal if you send in like
Oh, the Melloway premiums, yeah. He's
can
the
you
reason, yeah.
imagine how much he spent on cereal? And cereal is expensive now, Homer.
Yeah, now it's expensive. In the
Big
80s and
time.
early 90s, it wasn't expensive. You can
Why
get a whole
is it he
box
wants
for.
to come on here and eat? I can always hear him eating. What are you eating?
I'm eating a Taco Bell hard
Oh,
shell
well, you get a
taco.
pass. I had Taco Bell the other day. I had to
That's
wait
You want me
not
to save
about
you the
good,
wrappers or
bro.
send them to you? You want me to send you
No,
the
I don't want
wrappers?
the wrappers. But now there are McDonald's people that collect the wrappers and
Yes.
containers.
And the
There
hot
are. Or Burger King.
Oh
There are
man.
people that collect that type of
Yeah.
stuff. Don't ask me why, but
I
they
got
do.
LZ laughing like cackling like a hyena there.
He said you want me to send him a wrapper. Oh my god.
Bread bag clip collecting. I actually have a bunch of those, and I don't want to talk about that now. Actually, I have collected some of those for years.
Well,
I
there
don't
you
know why,
go.
but
Like
just
there's
people.
somebody else collecting. Yeah.
Yeah. I would watch a video on a guy eating a bowl of 50-year-old Special K. I'm not even sure they made Special K that long. for 50 years.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
a
think it's 50
relatively
years
new
old.
cereal, I think.
Yeah,
Wouldn't it be
Probably goes back to
Buzz?
the 80s,
It
70s.
goes back about like cornflakes.
Does it?
that's
Okay.
okay. Really? Oh,
Well, you know, Trump's house in Mar-a-Lago used to be owned to old lady Kellogg from Kellogg Post cereal. She was one of the early people that, and quite wealthy.
Billionaire.
I mean, you know, it's, I can only imagine what Mar-a-Lago looks like. You know, it's, but it's one of the older houses that was built. Now, I'm sure Trump's had it remodeled and updated or whatever, but would you drive and eat cereal? Yes, because I don't eat it with milk. I eat it like a snack. I eat my cereal dry.
Depends
That's a
on
little
what
bit.
kind it is.
Okay.
I'll be right back, James.
I mean,
Peace
you're going to
out.
eat yours with milk, so I don't even know what you're talking about. Kellogg family was a weird history. Yeah, has a weird history. Yeah, I imagine they do. Would you drive and eat cereal? I would eat it dry. I used to do that. I used to, and then I thought, this is crazy. I'm going, because I'm out on the road, right? And I stop at like these places and they have like little bags of cereal. And I do like the Reese's cereal. I don't like some of the oils. I don't know if they do that with in their chocolates and stuff. I think it's bad for you. But although I love Reese's, don't get me wrong, but I won't eat it anymore because I know it's bad for me. And because of what they put in it. Now, if they change the ingredients, you know, a lot of it's just laziness, you know. I think we're going to see a lot of that. We need to look. Otherwise, we're going to get to the point where Soylent Green is people. I eat grain berry cereal, good and healthy. There you go. Yeah, I never. The only cereal that I don't. I mean, there's a lot of cereals out there, you know. But now I looked recently at Aldi, and I didn't see one cereal. And some of those are going to be kind of like Special K, geared at adults now, you know. But used to, most cereals were for children, right? But now adults ate them all along too. But like shredded wheat, never much liked shredded wheat. But every time I went over to my aunt's, they wanted to give us shredded wheat. And the only way you could eat that, really, and I probably even tried to eat it dry, but was with milk. I don't like soggy cereal. And I'm a slow eater. So, you know, if I get some Kellogg's cornflakes, they're going to get soggy by the end of the bowl. I spent the night over somebody's house, and I'm sad to say she gave us cereal with milk on it, and I didn't eat it. All of a sudden, I got sick. Yeah. I didn't really get sick. I was fighting being sick. I need to go home. It's about time to go to school, actually. She's like, oh, I could make us some bacon and eggs or whatever and something else, you know. I just, she was a single mother, needed to go to work, and I was holding her up because I didn't want, soggy cereal. Ray Haylock. Ray, I noticed you came in at the very end of the show the other day. Thanks for dropping by the way. It's good to see you, bro. How's that baby working out for you, huh? The baby getting big now, huh? Cellulose is cardboard in your food. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's certain things that they actually put sawdust in the food as filler. It's crazy.
Well, we all have Teflon in us, apparently.
You know, in my retirement, I probably will be reading these drink boxes and the ingredients. And say, was that good for me? And is that why my life is cut short?
Oh, shit.
You know?
Yeah, I wanted to point out the thing about, you said earlier about the Gunsmoke is the number one watched streaming thingamabobber, free, whatever.
Well, with watch hours. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would say it's probably because the end of the boomer generation is coming, and they're finally converting their TVs to the streaming thingamabob, and
Yeah.
they're rewatching their youth, right? And then at the
Oh,
earliest or the latest Gen Xers, which were the tail end of probably people who got to watch Gunsmoke from their grandparents,
Right,
and
because it
not-
went up
probably
to
not even their
75.
parents.
It went
Yeah.
up to 75.
So that's happening. But this will probably be the last generation to ever watch Gunsmoke the way it's being watched right now. You know?
Is there a counter when you do that to see, or is it they just like put it up there and then
I don't know. You probably
They-
have to
they
check the metrics,
calculate
like
the watch hours? You know,
Yeah, they
because I
probably
mean,
have
you
some
know,
kind
in
of
other
metrics
things,
up
you're
there.
like, oh, like on YouTube, oh, like now there's 15 people watching.
Yeah.
You know, let's go over there and see what's so interesting, right?
Right.
But that
There's
doesn't
probably a
really
website. There's probably a website that tries to pull that data or aggregate it
show
from,
all that. Yeah.
yeah, like what are the
But that
popular shows
really,
right now?
that's kind of separate. You know, with YouTube, you can go like, oh, wow, now there's 14 people. Rex isn't that interesting.
Yeah, I'm right there.
I
with
didn't
you,
know
Rex.
when I came in here, I had Omer. Oh, you know, only 9 people, and I was just one of them, hit the like
Yeah, I missed
button.
you, Shadow.
What's the hell? You can have 14 people in here and nobody hits the like button except AW. Come on.
I hit
that
it.
like button.
I
If
usually
you
hit
haven't
it when I come
subscribed
in.
to the channel, subscribe. We have people like Dan Lawless, Mike Gustovich, Omer Glitch, Elsie Danley, you know,
Shadowhawk talks
on.
daily.
Yeah, daily.
Co-host.
Yeah. Hit the bell for notification. Ding, 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 ding. Right. Oh, you know, that reminds me. I wanted to write that down. You know, I need to work in one of my Western stories a bell, because you know there's always a bell that you ring as an alarm,
Yeah.
right, for the whole town.
Right.
Yeah.
Here come the thieves. Here comes they're gonna rape and pillage. Get your guns
Right,
out
yeah.
town.
Like Magnificent Seven.
High noon. It's high noon.
High noon. You know, I like that. I don't know why people think that that's such a great movie. I mean, it is. Don't get me wrong.
Well, you have to remember
I like-
too, the town church and the bell were the clock for the town, and it would ring every hour on the hour so people
Yeah.
would know what time it was too.
Well, you know,
We
you
had
know,
that
a lot
for
of
years
people
here in
say
my
that's
town.
old technology too, Omer. That, and I do believe in this about frequency. You know,
Yeah, they say
there are bad
It wards off
frequencies
evil.
for you
Mm-hmm.
because we're water. We're 90% water.
Yeah,
We're walking
We-
water
we-
bags.
we have a frequency within us that pulses out. Yeah, even that.
See there, Ryan says, I always hit the like for everyone I follow. I'm good about that, at least.
Is that Ryan James? Ryan
for you,
James is
sir.
Octagon.
Yes, that's who
Oh,
he is.
Why do you
Did you
put a
not know
black
that?
thumbs up? No, I didn't know that he was that was Octagon. Was
Yeah, that's Ryan
Hey,
James. Absolutely.
Is
yeah,
he black?
he's-
Why did he use the black thumbs up?
No, he's not
Is he black?
black.
Oh, I thought he was black because of the black thumbs up.
Okay. England still destroying USA, even though the Scottish referee seems to be playing for USA.
Oh,
See,
He's
Tree
watching the
Goblin's
football.
multitasking, but at least he's
he's
here.
watching the sucker. Ryan James is only black in the pants. I think that's what he meant with that black thumbs up.
Oh yeah, with the
He's a
women.
black. He's a
I'm
black.
only
Wayne.
black with the women.
Mhm.
If you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
Right.
I'm sorry. I have to
That's
say
funny.
that every time I think of
Well,
black.
so there was this new thing, conspiracy theory that came out recently. Well, then I don't know, with this last year, that the bells in towns were often had a certain frequency.
Yes, that's what I was alluding
resonation
to.
that would
Yeah.
keep the demons away, right? That's what it was about. It was about keeping the demons away. And
Well,
also,
I
like,
mean, now that
thinking-
we walked into frequency, I mean, that we've kind of explored frequency.
Yeah, with
Um,
the church thing on the inside and the
well,
stained glass.
You know,
There's also
one of
that, right?
now, I mean, bells were used in paganism rituals too.
Right, to call forth the
I mean,
demons.
since ancient man, because Do you know, Omer? Now you can believe this or not, but there have actually been flood objects over here in the United States. Remember Pangea? We were all one continent and we broke apart.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, I can see that. And there has been a worldwide flood. No denying that. So
Right.
pre-flood,
Several.
pre-Noah flood artifacts, whether you believe in Noah or not. Okay. Pre-flood civilization artifacts found in North America. And one of them was a little pagan bell, a little bronze bell with a little pagan thing on the handle, a goddess and a bell. And it still works today. One thing that they did was a hammer. It looks like a little rock hammer. And the handle is so old. And this was found in a lump of coal in America.
Yeah.
The handle is in the wooden handle that's broken, but it's still there. And in the top part of the handle's broken. The handle comes down over the head about a couple inches. But now it's so old, it's in the process of becoming petrified stone.
Yeah.
And when they look at the metal of the head that was forged, right? Metal head of the hammer.
Right.
They say there's no way this was done in the modern day atmosphere. Because of you can tell what the gases and what conditions that the metal was forged in. And the atmosphere has changed since then.
Well, I thought they also said that the metal that was created for that hammer was they didn't have the technology.
Whoa, you all right there, Elsie?
Yeah, I think so.
God.
You went and dropped yourself, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole.
I did that.
I
I got a
thought-
date last night. Anyway.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, so you were talking
what was
about
his name,
Go ahead, Omer. You were talking about.
So the metallurgy that they used to make that hammerhead hadn't even been invented yet after the flood. So they're wondering how did it get made. So that just kind of tells you that pre-flood there was more technologically advanced civilizations than what existed like after the flood up till Noah's time.
Well, now I mean, look in the news. What a few years ago, people were getting headaches, nosebleeds, different things, nausea, because down around Cuba, right? And they were using sound waves, and there's been other incidences in the news where because you can't see sound waves, and some frequencies are so high you can't detect them. Now, if you have a dog around, they could probably detect them. But I do believe that frequencies, positive and negatives, and most of it's probably negative, is we're being bombarded by that type of stuff all the time.
Well, there's that weather station up in Alaska.
True.
That's part of DARPA, and their goal is like weather frequency data stuff, and it's all part of weather manipulation stuff. I mean, we all know it is, and it's all like to manipulate. Like the whole goal at some point that DARPA is experimenting was, HARPA. There you go. Sorry.
And we've got more than iron. We've got magnesium. We've got potassium. We've got other metals in our blood.
Yeah.
I've seen that X-Men movie with Magneto. Come on.
Yeah. So
I mean,
that,
you wouldn't have to be Wolverine with a metal skeleton. Everybody's got metal in their blood, so he could just pick you up and fly you into space if he wanted to, just by the iron content in your blood and your bones,
making everybody think the same thing. Mind altering.
Well, I mean, magnetism.
Now we all have Wi-Fi all over the world, right? So the CIA, the government has a back door to all the Wi-Fi.
Well, there's ley lines around the world too, I think.
Well, there's that too,
yeah. I mean, and it's pretty wild how a lot of these things line up, in the world. I don't think that's by coincidence.
Well, so in Cuba, there was
on a size of a toaster Come on, man. They know exactly. If they want to know anything about you, they can find out so easy. It'd probably blow your
What
mind.
I don't know if it was Cuba or like Syria. There was a CIA building that was next to like another consulate from another country. The CIA
Yeah.
was pumping out sonic waves towards that
Yeah,
consulate to make everybody evacuate it, and they were getting the shits. They were getting nausea. They would have throw up fits, and they all thought they were sick from some kind of disease, and they did that
yeah,
for like
kind of like
three
the
months.
pandemic.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Mhm.
They
yeah, and they just
split.
kept yeah, and they slowly kept increasing it, so they didn't think it was like something else outside the building.
Right.
They thought they
It's
were all
like
getting sick.
if you put a frog in water and you slowly heat it up, he won't hop out. If you immediately drop him in hot
Yeah,
water, he's going to hop out. But if you slowly heat it, you'll eventually cook him.
yeah, and he
Yeah.
won't even know he's cooking.
He won't even know he's cooking. Right.
Yeah. Hey Rex, I appreciate you having me on. I just want to jump on here for a little bit. I was hoping to catch Shadow for a bit, just to say hello too, and hi
Okay.
Elsie, and hi everybody in the chat. But I
Oh,
gotta
we're
get ready
glad
for that other
you're
show. I
on,
gotta go
bro.
jump on.
What other
Just
show are you going on?
the studio. It's with the
Oh, right. The
the
studio. Yeah.
down
Yeah.
over there making waves and taking names and
Well,
getting mad
if
at people
Don
on the
ever asks
Wonderful.
you about me, which he probably doesn't, but if he does, just, it's just like I'm finishing my show up and it's kind of like a sacrifice for me to jump on my weekend right after doing 2 hours and on there and
no.
doing that.
Before you get
Yeah.
off,
It's
Homer,
just
I
bad
got to
timing.
show you a drawing.
Sure.
Sure. Oh, that looks great, man. That looks like a lot of fun.
Guess who
That's
that
awesome.
is?
I think that's Rex with Abby.
That's correct.
Did you do that from a photo?
No, I did that when you were here. You
Nice.
brought
Oh,
Abby with you.
okay. So you weren't just working on that. Okay. So that's an
No,
older
I
one.
mean, I
Yeah.
pulled these up. I was working on this one.
Well, the reason
Yeah.
I ask is because the lazy boy looked like mine.
Wow.
I,
That's
that
interesting.
looks like my That could be yours. I could have been at your house.
Yeah,
When I
because
did
I've got
these.
an older lazy boy. It's actually got like wooden,
Yeah, that's
armrest.
got to be you. That's got to be at your house then.
Yeah,
But
probably
I
there was
know,
one
I
done at
know
my house.
some of these were done here. You know, I'd started them and finished them.
You should show someday the pieces that I have done that you've obfuscated from me over the years.
Oh,
We'll see you guys.
Did you want to
Appreciate you.
show that?
Thank you.
See you, Elsie.
take care.
I mean, Homer.
Oh, it's just looking at your back.
Oh yeah.
There.
Okay. I don't know what that is back there, but
That's This is right the roof of that church. It's
yeah,
behind your house.
yeah. That's been destroyed now, right? I mean,
Well,
there
if
still
it
is
has,
like,
that's what's left.
yeah, yeah. They had
This
actually 3 churches over on the corner. You can't really see it because is a Mormon church, and then there's a Baptist church. There used to be a non-denominational church that they tore down. Mhm.
different one.
And now this is using like the gray tone
It's using
the
graphite pencil,
that you can
and
add water to, right? Which
yeah,
makes Tree
yeah.
Goblin very happy.
And you can see I started to add ink to this one. You can see where I have.
Okay. Now I see a subliminal face in there and maybe a hand.
Yeah,
Huh?
it'll be more subliminal when I'm done.
Well, I'll tell you one
But,
artist that
yeah.
did that, and you wouldn't know that by looking at his stuff in books. You really have to
Right.
watch. You had to go to a show and look at original paintings to catch these little subtleties, like faces in a bush and things like that. Paul Gauguin. I went to see Paul Gauguin's retrospective in Chicago in 1989, and very impressive. But he would have subliminal imagery in his. He had a little carved tiki thing with a little, I mean, a little bitty pearl. I mean, small on there because he wasn't a rich
Hey.
guy. But now there was a couple of big pieces that were made from the only canvas sometimes he could find was sailboat canvas. And the weave on that is almost like textile, like it was a mosaic after he got done painting on it. The weave is so big on that, but huge pieces done by Paul Gauguin later in life. He actually worked on the Panama, digging on the Panama Canal when he went the first time.
He broke his leg. He broke
his leg in like around 1903 when he died, or before that. I'm not sure what year, but
he got
it
in that book. He hurt his leg while he was like you said, in the Panama Canal, and it never really healed up completely. Later on, when he was in Tahiti, he developed an infection which caused him to die.
Well, toward the end of his life, what I was going to say is he got in a row. He was always getting in fights with some people. He got in a row with some sailors, and his leg got in between the rungs of a ladder, and he fell down, broke his leg again. So, yeah, I'm sure that could be. But he lived to 1903. I find that interesting. He lived to the 20th century. As you know, Vincent van Gogh, he committed suicide in the late 1880s and 1889, I think, and never got to see the 20th century, but Gauguin did, But he helped dig out the Panama Canal. And I'm sure there were a lot of other people. I think he got malaria too. A lot of people got malaria.
Van Gogh would not have dug out the Panama Canal.
Now I'm looking over your shoulder there. What is that thing with the green cap and the mustache and beard? What is that?
Oh, that's one of the guys on Sergeant Rock.
Okay.
What's that guy's name?
Don't know. Never knew their name. Easy Company.
Yeah, he was
a guy in Easy. Yeah, don't know his name. I mean, there was Dum Dum Dugan on Marvel. He's the only other guy that I knew from Howling Commandos. You were the one that read the war and the westerns and the non-superhero stuff. I was more of a superhero guy. Some horror and stuff, and monster stuff, but I never got into the wars or western. I mean, if I did, it was like Creature Commandos, that had Frankenstein, Dracula, and the Wolfman, and
we
Medusa.
Grew up in a different time, brother, too.
Yeah. I mean,
if you were born in 65, by the time you were 8 years old, you weren't reading Sergeant Rock. And
well, I mean, I grew up watching
was on the stands, brother. That I didn't have no TV. I'm just saying I grew up reading comics because that's what they had.
Well, I did watch TV because TV was a window to my world to be able to.
Well, sure, I understand that. I'm just saying
to see the world, you know. And it had a big influence on me. I watched. I mean, a lot of it, just by the theme songs. Mission Impossible, Get Smart. I mean, all those 60 shows. I've watched just about everything. Even some of the stuff.
3 years old, I would have watched it in 1960. So that's when I really would have, I never saw TV until I got to Memphis.
Years ago, when I was a Sam's Club member, they would get in these. I always checked out the DVDs because I buy physical copies of stuff, and I tend to binge watch it. And they were coming out with a lot of westerns, and just from the openers, I could tell. Yeah, I've seen that. Like Branded, I knew Branded, although not as much as The Rifleman with Chuck Connors. The Texan, Sugarfoot, and something. I mean, some of them are strange, but I used to watch them. If it was on TV, I used to watch a lot of those westerns.
See, I grew up watching Perry Mason.
And Perry Mason, see, that's another one I used to watch.
That was like one of the first shows I could really watch. I was at school and I'd come home, and before before I'd go to bed, Dad would turn on Perry Mason. We'd watch it, and I'd crash, get up.
And they're good dramas. They're very good dramas. and it lasted a long time. And
I
then
like TV. Put it this way: when I first saw it, I really liked TV. I mean, yeah, I could have grown up, in front of one real easy. If I'd have had my parents had had one, they go off to school and leave me there. I didn't, and then we took off out in the woods.
As I remember, and I might be remiss on this, but when I was off in the summer, I'd watch even the soap operas. Sometimes I spent a lot of times. It's amazing my eyesight is as good as it is, because I've spent long before the computer. I spent a lot of time in front of a thing called a TV, and I sat pretty close to it. So just like all kids do, eating cereal and drawing comics or whatever. Saturdays, I'm there for the cartoons. Didn't like American Bandstand that much because it interrupted the comics, but by then wrestling was on and other things, sports. And I even watched some of that. But I wanted, if they had a Cartoon Network back then, I would have watched that 24/7, as long as it was interesting, the right cartoons.
We could have probably found something good in them if they had a Cartoon Network,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've got an alternative reasoning for watching Gunsmoke and binge watching it is
I know.
And I'm told that I didn't know this, LZ. Mark Largent looked it up. Harrison Ford was in a couple of episodes. I have not come across those episodes yet, but I'm getting very close. I'm up to 1970 now.
Wow.
Hey, Brett,
I was
7 in the house.
13. I was 13 by then. What's up?
1970? Yeah. I wouldn't be 13 till like 77.
I was 13 playing baseball,
78.
buddy. I wasn't watching no TV. I was out hitting home runs. Whack!
Well, I mean, I don't want you to think that that's all I did.
No,
I mean, I went out to play.
I'm just telling you that I didn't have the access to no movies. I couldn't plug in no 8-track. I couldn't watch no DVD. I couldn't even listen to a cassette. I couldn't even listen to an 8-track till I was 15.
I think that's what you're looking for, Predator 7. Gunsmoke reruns more popular than Disney, Star Wars, Marvel junk. Yep.
We like
on streaming views. I think that's what you were looking for. We talked about that before you came in.
You know very well how much I love to watch movies, and you turned me on to some great movies, and I get absorbed, and I'm an old man, and I'm saying if I'd have grown up watching movies, man, there's no telling it would have been a whole different world.
Yeah.
But my world didn't have it in it.
Yeah. Well, we started off with a loaner TV. My parents did.
A little black and white.
Of course,
A little black and white.
Black and white rabbit ear, yeah. And then I remember our first TV. It was probably like an RCA or Zenith, something like that. That was a piece of furniture in the house,
Yeah.
And how exciting it was to get a color TV.
You kidding, man?
Because I probably watched the original Star Trek in black and white.
Rick, it's like this: if some culture found us and we were nuked out, or we just abandoned, they think that TV is our god because all our seats are sitting around towards it, man.
and I was, we were talking about fasting last Sunday, and I was saying to Shadowhawk just yesterday, a fast does not have to be food or drink, or you could fast soda, you could fast TV, you could fast going to the movies,
anything
you could fast anything out of your life, for a time period, and see what your life would be like without it. You could take a retreat in the mountains and there's probably no TV, no radio, or, cell phones, maybe.
Right,
cell
good
phone
idea.
connection. Yeah. Cell phones, I love them, hate them. Yes, they connect us better together.
Star Trek.
Yeah. Star Trek technology. And they were in the early 60s, they were talking about compact phones that you could carry around with you. So that concept's been around for a while.
Yeah,
I just
we
hate
should've
how
seen the-
people. I think they should probably the next national monument, if we're going to go batshit crazy, it should probably be a giant cell phone where we can
Yeah.
go gather and have big meetings in a big park and bow down and worship it, because that seems like a god to some people. You know, when you're looking around and all your family on Christmas is on their cell phone, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That's, but you know, it's like this too. The technology is too complex for a child to have and is available at his disposal. It
Yeah,
just
there's no
is.
way in hell I would
It
give
just
my young child a
is.
cell phone, not even for emergency calls. Forget it.
Oh yes,
They
you
can
would.
grow up healthy and happy without one.
You can
Now there's
say that.
peer
You
pressure.
don't
That's
have
the
to.
sad thing. You got other. Well, she's got one, and I know how that is. You know, if
No,
somebody
it
else
ain't
has one,
that.
if you want to remain popular, you got to have one too. Cell
But
phones are a big distraction to kids. Now you can say that's
if
the
the
window to
parent
the world, but
control them, if the parent controls them, it's a good thing. Because
yeah,
look,
you
there's
got
nothing
to put
better.
locks
There's
on that
nothing
stuff, or
better than
they'll be
being able
on.
to be in
Hey, I want to
contact
find
with
out
my
about human
girls.
sexuality.
No, I'm
They'll be
saying
watching
there's nothing
porn on
wrong
those
with
things.
wanting. But I'm saying you can. But I'm saying, but if your kid is out, it's nice to be able to contact them anytime you want to.
It
They need
is.
you.
And if you have
In
older
this
kids,
world,
I'm
you
talking
can say
younger
this,
kids.
but you didn't have cell phones, brother. You didn't even have one. Neither did I.
I had one at
Yeah.
least in the early 90s
I
where
didn't have
you
one. I
pop
was
up the
30
antenna,
years old. I was
probably
30 years
18.
old before I got a cell phone, and I didn't
Well,
even
you're
use
older
the
than
cell
I
phone.
am. Hello, old man. Hello. You're older than I am.
Yeah.
How much older than you are? I will be 60. I'm not even 60 yet in
8
November.
years.
Huh?
About 8 years.
About 8 years. Okay. Look, man,
Like I said, I was
I've known you
8
long
years
enough to
old
know.
when you were born. I was 8 years old when you were born.
Okay. So 8 years difference. Not extremely, I know I've known you long enough, LZ, to know that, and you've known me long enough that the day we die, and hopefully that'll be a nice passing in bed with our loved ones around us or whatever.
In a long
But
time from now.
and a long time from now, but we will still, in our minds, be young,
Yeah.
young at
I'm the
heart.
same. I'm the same as I ever was.
Right. I refuse. I don't care what aches and pains or whatever you feel like, don't let it turn you into an old person that thinks
Oh,
old.
heck no.
That is a bill of goods that you're being sold. You can still
What it
be
is.
older.
Ain't got no time for that.
Yeah. And yeah, as time rolls on, you do have to prune some things out of your life, don't you, Elsie?
Yes, you do.
Things that you
You
would have
better.
done years ago,
Or-
you won't do anymore because they're a
or
waste of your time.
Or you'll die. If you
Or
don't
you'll die, or
change.
they're too hard on you. Yeah, I'm not
There's
going to
some
take
things that
a
there's some
15-mile
things that if I
hiking
didn't
trip.
change,
Yeah.
there's some things if I didn't change in my life when I did, I was not 30. But if I hadn't walked away, brother, I wouldn't be here today. And that's the truth.
Well, yeah, those hard drugs will get to you, and I'm not kidding about that. He was in hard drugs at one point. And fortunately, nothing that was too devastating on you or your brother.
And when you say that, it's not as if people think. I mean,
it's not like you were a junkie or anything like that.
No, it was never like that. Never was smoking that crap either. No.
And let's face it, some drugs, I mean, this fentanyl, it's killing people.
Gosh.
And I showed the other day just a little bitty, probably put it in a little bottle cap full, will kill you.
Kill a whole town. Oh, brother.
Yeah.
If you put 1 grain of pure fentanyl, kill you. Sand grain, of pure fentanyl, it'll kill you.
Yeah.
If you dump the cap full, if you dump the cap full in our water supply, it'd be over with for everybody to drink. it
Oh,
will be over.
okay. In
I
Minecraft,
guarantee you, strong.
because we don't want to give
Deadly.
anybody any ideas.
Oh well, they could have done that already, man.
Oh, I
Ain't
know,
nobody
I
that.
know. Well,
But I'm saying it's possible. You know,
yeah. Well,
that's
I got
crazy.
LZ into. I don't know that I'll get LZ into drink box collecting, but you know, I
No,
got him
probably
into
not, bro.
Pez. I got him
I
into
got,
Pez.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like Pez. I can give you probably any superhero Pez you want, especially from 2000 to today.
Mhm.
I probably have them still packaged up here
I
somewhere.
started collecting after my fire in 1997. So I've been collecting since 1997. And shortly after that, maybe 6 months into collecting, I took about 40 bag Pez over to him and got him collecting slowly but surely. And
Yeah.
don't call me Shirley.
No, surely not.
Surely not. I don't think I ever dated a Shirley.
No, but my brother's first mother-in-law was Shirley.
Okay. Well, I might have to go read A Damn Dirty Thing. What is that? Well, let me show you.
It's
I got my copy in the mail just
cool.
the other day. That and the little novella. I like that they have matching covers.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty
I
cool,
might have
isn't
to
it?
sit down and read this thing.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's a pretty good one, man.
Mhm. Yeah, Damn Dirty Thing. If you like
I
noir
got
type stuff,
this. What did you get in the back of yours? I saw it look like you got some cards. I didn't get no
You
cards.
didn't get the cards? You didn't get the cards? Okay.
I'm gonna look here. I don't think so.
Are you
got
sure
the
that's
big,
not an original? I think that was a print that they did.
Yeah, this is not an original. No.
Mhm. Little novella. Yeah, now in all disclosure, the reason I have mine is Carrie bought me a copy. So she knows I'm trying to get my book out.
It's a print.
It's a print. Yeah. I was actually behind the scenes talking to Dog when he was kind of composing that picture. Very cool. I didn't get one of those, but I got the cards. So I got more than
Well, I didn't get that.
I got what Carrie paid for, you know. So, and this will be interesting to read. Nice little portrait of Doc back there back in the day.
Back in the day.
Well, yeah, you know, I mean, one of these days I might have to drive through, especially now that I have my Garmin to help me out. I'm missing the suction cup on that Garmin, though.
Yours look kind of blue.
That's a Norvella. I guarantee you it's the same. Well, okay, it's the settings on my computer that make it look different.
Okay.
You're right. Mine does look blue, but here it's purple. It messes with the purples and reds, I've noticed. Not true colors. So when I do these rounds like this and show them, you'll probably be shocked at the way they really look when I print them into a comic book. Although this looks pretty much like I colored it, you know. But
could have just been the reflection that I was getting because it looks normal. Your colors
no, I think you're right, man. It does make it look blue. You know, and the back is black. But yeah, it's my color settings for sure. A little bit. I'm gonna have to try now in Jonesboro. This one, Southern Creek Lane. I think I saw that one spraying the other day. The car wash. They have. I didn't even look at that. I thought it was the one that opened up on Caraway. It's got a couple free car washes in there. This is out toward where I grew up.
Free car washes, huh?
They cleared a lot of land out there for a big mall, which never made it. Now they're starting to put stuff out there. Like they have a convenience gas stop. They have this big car wash that they're now promoting. And I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking, I didn't even know it was out there. In fact, there's a lot. I had not been out there for a while. And wow. I was out there earlier this year spraying, but they didn't have any of that built. So they're really going to town on some sections, here in town. That's why we actually redid our maps this year. The first time that we've ever redone the maps for Jonesboro. Eventually, we'll probably have to redo our maps in Paragould because I did some new areas in Paragould that weren't on the map. So eventually, we'll probably have to do that for other cities too if we keep doing those contracts. But yeah, this is my 13th season with them, and I imagine I'll be doing it till they close the shop or I get ready to retire. We were talking about that the other day, LZ. If I want full benefits, I have to go to. It's not 65 retirement anymore. Now it's 67. So, but it's due to go bankrupt 3 years after I turned 62. So that would be when I turn 65, it's supposed to go under. So 65 or 67, it really doesn't matter if we don't do something about it. Social Security is going to be gone. And I don't see them ever. But if we get in a bad way, like we were in Biden financially and stuff, where they're actively trying to destroy the country, there's no way. We've got to somehow pass a 6 cents something tax or something where we start working on the debt. Otherwise, we're doomed. We won't even be able here pretty soon to pay the interest on the debt that we own, which is trillions of dollars. Over 200 trillion, if not 300 trillion in debt, really, if we were to pay everything off. It's kind of scary. I'm definitely going to have to mix up some of this Weilers. They should have called it Wiley's because that's what I like to call it. Watermelon.
Kind of like Wally's.
Yeah. Kiwi lime wasn't that bad. Not a big vanilla fan. Vanilla is vanilla. Dragon fruit, is. But now watermelon, I'm really surprised that they just did a new box and box color just for that. But, and then there's variants too. There's stuff that do I have that? Because I had, as much as I've shown you, there's stuff that I haven't shown you. There was a small pile too, which was stuff I already had. But I have a secondary. Omer's saying about it taking up room. I actually have a secondary collection going on, with some extras.
I bet it does take up room.
Not a lot, but as time goes by, it may. And displaying the things, yeah. I mean, it's going to take up this much room, for the big ones. There's even bigger ones than that. That big box that had like 30 of those things in there. But I'm getting a lot. I'm getting the drink mix to drink. So, it's a form of advertising, artwork collecting, whatever. I like the ones that have, good graphics on them, like Hawaiian Punch or that Lifesavers one with that burst. And I imagine that's probably not the only thing Lifesaver makes. It's just the only one that I've found that just recently. Like I said, I figured that there were more than just watermelon and pineapple crush out there. Now I've got grape and cherry to add to that. And that tracks. I finally tracked those down. But now I'm actively seeking in different towns that I go to and stopping and taking the time to look, because I have not seen, and I have not seen the Citrus Punch. I've seen a lot of this out there, but same brand, just different flavor. I've not seen this before. I've never seen this. Also put out by Weiler's Light Island Punch, and yet I found a couple of those. So I never saw some of these bigger sizes, for some of these companies. So, or these Hawaiian Punch that came out. Never seen these anywhere but that grocery store. So you have to go to different places to find different things. Some of them are
we always had
similar.
to go whenever we were looking.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like comic book collecting. I didn't see an X-Men comic till the late 70s, and I'd been collecting since the mid 70s, but they just never carried that title on the stands for some reason. And finally, like Kroger opened up or something, Piggly Wiggly, something, a grocery store. And I went in there to look for comics. They had a spinner rack and they had X-Men, and I didn't buy it immediately. The very first one I saw was 122. I think it was 127, or 128 was my first, X-Men comic that I bought. I was looking at it, and it was John Byrne, and I liked it, but not enough to buy it. Crazy me. I thought it was a little weird, a little demonic looking with Nightcrawler on there and other characters,
Could have been, bro.
Yeah. So, anyway, maybe I'll finish these pretzels today. I've got these new pretzels that I'm doing. Smoked Gouda pretzel sticks.
And that horror book you got your grandmama to buy you didn't have nothing evil in it, did it?
Well, I mean, I had my dad get me Vampire Tales #5, and it had some dead people and stuff like that in it. And he was like even questioning. That was like in 1974, I think. So that was my first Marvel anything except for watching the cartoons. I was exposed to superheroes by cartoons and TV long before I picked up a comic book. And some of my first comics I didn't even buy. My neighbors bought them for their son who broke his leg. And he was there all laid up all summer with a bad break in his leg. They had a hospital bed in the living room and him on top of the hospital bed with his leg stretched out, because that's the days when they had the big plaster cast. And he would take a coat wire, and I don't recommend this because you could scratch yourself, get infected under that cast, but it was itching. It was hot. Those old plaster casts get hot, and he would, get that thing and jab his leg and scratch his leg in there. And he got some. And then about a year later, he said, I'm thinking about putting these comics in a yard sale. Do you want them? I'll sell them to you for 50 cents. I said, yes. Ran in the house, got 50 cents and got my first comic books. But that didn't make me a collector. I didn't even know at that time that comic books continued, even though it would say next issue. It never rang with me till I saw George Perez Avengers. Went back a couple weeks later, saw out of just random what I like best, I picked another Avengers, and I was like, oh, this picks up where that I'm going to collect this from now on. And then I knew that comic books continued on with their stories like a soap opera, and I was a collector by that point, a modest collector, but a collector nonetheless, occasionally get something other. Avengers was all I was really interested in, reading Avengers. Now, then when Marvel Action Comics came out, the reprinting, and that was out at the same time, I said, well, this is Avengers, but it's a different team. It's an earlier. I didn't like those as much with Don Heck artwork and other stuff, but I bought them anyway. And I would get like Spider-Man, Hulk, anything that looked interesting. I'd look at things like Godzilla and Micronauts, wouldn't pick it up. I mean, I'd look through it, but, depending on how much time I had. Right. But Avengers was it for me. And then, oh, look, they come out with Big Giant Size Treasury Edition. Got to get that. Oh, look, they come out with an Avengers king size annual, and there was like one king size annual that I didn't get back then, and there was a few issues I would miss, and I knew I missed them, but I didn't have a comic shop around me. I started the first comic book shop that Jonesboro ever had, and we're about 80,000. Where Elsie lives, he's got over 200,000 people. Do you have you got Comic Universe, but is that the only one in town, Elsie, that you know about?
They got a place that's more or less like a toy collectible type.
Okay.
That has I haven't really been there, but they call it like a replay or something.
A lot of them are into like the magic cards and the playing and stuff like that too.
And then some of them, like, they got mainly depends on what you're into. Some of this anime and it on and on and on.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Funko Pops.
If you're just looking for comics, you go to Wizard Comics. You know.
No, I thought you went to Comic Universe, where we go.
Comic Universe. That's what I meant. Because they're the only ones. I'm sorry, but
they've been in business. He's got a great one. She and her husband ran it till he died, and she's continued to run it for like about over 30 years now. Next time I go in there, if I remember, I'm gonna ask her, how long have you done this? She may not even remember. It's been a long time. Oh, yeah. Over 30 years.
She'll sit down and she'll tell you her whole life story if you ask. If she has
I've probably been going there since 97, because that's kind of when I and Elsie got back together, I think.
We probably didn't go there until probably early 2000.
Maybe.
Because that's when I started eBay in 2001.
Yeah. And I started around 2004, 5, I think. End of 5. No, end of 4. Yeah. Because we've been doing eBay for a while now. That's been over 25 years. Wow. So we know how to package something up safe, you know. Anyway, we're going to get out of here. I got to let Abby out before she has an accident. You've been very good about it. Huh? What?
Don't let her have no accident.
Right. Well, say the magic words or she will have.
Keep collecting.
Don't let the poop hit the